So as we think about this, these two elements, these two dimensions, strategy and serviceability, really kind of make up whether we're a fused organization or not. So we've created a model. The model is broken out in this fashion. We believe there's two dimensions. Serviceability goes across the bottom. Strategy goes up the top. We have looked at models and how you can actually measure each one of these two dimensions. And based upon this model, we're able to now measure where you are in a fused environment. And we believe there are 4 types of organizations that exist from an IT and where they are in the continuum of fusion. So if we look at this, we have the first area, which is basically, I do OK at serviceability. It works most of the time. And I may have some involvement in strategy, maybe a little bit, but I'm not actively going out there doing it. I'm not talking to the executive team of the company. I'm not talking to the business units. I get involved mostly in problem-solving kind of environments. We refer to that type of organization as required. It's a basic utility at this point in time. And we see a lot of people talk about things like, because IT is a commodity, why don't we just outsource it? Any of you guys ever heard those terms? I've seen a couple organizations really just completely transform their entire organization because the executive team says, we're not getting as much out of IT we want to reduce our costs, we're thinking about outsourcing. And within a year, that organization completely transformed itself so they weren't outsourced because they moved this continuum. The second element is that I'm really good at serviceability, supportability. I have rock solid procedures. I track every incident. I have change management controls. I know how to select products and technologies and deliver projects on a timely basis. That delivery aspect of what we do is perfect. And we laugh. There are some organizations that are that good. We all aspire to be there at some point in time, but they're that good. Those organizations become aligned. They have some strategic, and what they're doing is they're building their own IT strategy and trying to align it to the business strategy. And hopefully the two stack up and get perfect alignment. And where you see the failure in organizations like this, it's hard to do things from two separate ends and make them meet up in the middle, especially if I don't have some kind of constant communications going on between the business and the IT organization. As we see companies invest more in the strategy, connecting with the business units, we've had some clients come to us and actually made their IT people go work in different parts of the organization to learn the business. They immersed them in the business, so they had no choice but to learn the business. As they start to move up this strategy, they become integrated. They're not trying to align. They're starting to embed themselves, and they're starting to work with IT with the business in a different way than they're doing today. And we see these people have the ability to actually do some truly remarkable things. We see people when they're faced with rolling out a lot of locations. We used to do a lot of work in retail, and they'd want to add 200 stores this year. IT would be brought in. They work very close with the people that are rolling out the facilities, the store, the footprints, and they kind of get integrated in that. And they can create this momentum that allows them to roll out 200 stores in no time without thinking about it. And as they go on, it becomes more and more efficient, but it's because they're originally tied to the original strategy. And as we move over to the final quadrant, excellent strategy. People at this point in time are actually at the senior level strategic seat. They're talking to the executives of the organization, the board of the organization, determine where the business is going, looking at the challenges and obstacles that face us on a day-to-day basis. They're trying to basically derail us. We look at those, and we then figure out what kind of opportunities can we bring to the table. And we see this happen over and over and over again with different types of business models that have truly transformed because IT and the entire business was fused together.